Well, good evening and welcome to another What's in the Box. The funny thing is, actually tonight it's not a Young Living What's in the Box, it's actually a What's in the Bag, and that's because this time, instead of getting my order delivered, I actually went up to Perth to our new distribution centre and collected the order myself. So it's the same as a normal order, it just didn't come delivered by the Australia Post this time. So it was actually quite exciting to go up there and have a look at the distribution centre and also check out the meeting rooms that they have there as well. So for those that haven't seen this before, my name is Troy. I've been a distributor for Young Living now for just over 12 months. This is exactly my 12th essential rewards order. So I do an order once a month, and that way I maximize my buying power because I'm doing all my orders just in 1 month, and it allows me to pick up all the bonuses that they have as part of the Essential Rewards program. And it also allows me to accumulate points which I can then spend on future orders, and I have already done one of those orders and posted a video on that with something like $550 worth of product for free, which is amazing. Anyway, without further ado, actually I probably should just give you a bit of a recap on my arm here. You can see I'm still sporting the blue splint for those that have been watching regularly, and I did go up to Perth and see my specialists. I had a MRI on my arm, and we found, I haven't got the x-rays with me, but we found that apart from the broken lunate and the articulate, he was able to see a lot of what they call bone bruising, which he explained as being a bit like dropping a crunchy bar. That's those honeycomb bars that are coated in chocolate. If you drop one of those on the ground and picked it up and the chocolate was still fine on the outside, but inside all the honeycomb was broken, he explained actually that's what it's a lot like when you look at the bones inside my wrist. They're bruised, and all the inside the bone is all damaged, and it's the outside is just holding together. So it came very close to really destroying my wrist actually. So it sounds bad, and I guess it kind of is, but the bones are going to heal. The real issue is there's a ligament that's detached from the lunate, and that's what he's a little bit worried about. So we're hoping with time it'll be okay, but he may have to go in there and operate. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully not. Anyway, as I said, without further ado, let's get on with what's in the box. And in Australia now, it's the autumn time. Autumn, as you know, that's a time when, you know, people start to get a few sniffles. They bring things home from work or from school, pass it around their family. A few unwelcome bugs from our workplaces and where we associate. And also the change in the weather, people start to get sniffles, they get a few headaches and these sorts of things. Some people find it difficult to sleep when the seasons change in autumn, and the temperature definitely drops quite a bit. So this month Young Living have their autumn specials out, and I did place enough to qualify for all the freebies in the autumn essential rewards. So I'll show you those. Anyway, let's have a look at what is in this month's, not what's in the box, but what's in the bag. And the first order is the first item is the Thieves dishwashing liquid, which is becoming a bit of a regular in our house. And one of the reasons, apart from wanting to move away from the shop store-bought product, which is you know, full of the nasty chemicals and also contains those fragrances, which I definitely don't want in anything that we use, it washes extremely well. Unfortunately, my last bottle only lasted a month. That was because my 7-year-old has decided she wants to be the dishwasher now, and she was a little bit heavy-handed, and we've actually had to tap into this bottle before. I've cheated a little bit, and I've actually used a little bit out of that bottle today. So Hopefully this one will last us a bit longer than the month. Now I've also picked up these Aroma Glide Aroma Glides. Now what they are for, they're basically a lid with a bearing on top. So I'm just going to take one out and the lid, and I'll show you what these are for. What I like to do is to save up my old essential oils bottles. This is an old lemon essential oil bottle, and you would put your essential oil in there and then top it up with a carrier oil, and then just pop your Aroma Glide on top, the roller ball, and then you get the black caps. Normally these essential oil bottles have a white top. You get the black cap and you screw that down, and when you screw it down tight, it pushes that right in and makes it very fast. And they're fantastic. It saves you having to go out and buy roller balls when you can just buy a couple of tops, which are very inexpensive, and create your own and recycle, which is just fantastic. So I've picked up a packet of those. You might not be able to see those down there now. Pop that there. And what have we also got? We've also got, I'm going to put my glasses on because the light in the evening in the house is not fantastic. We've got some mattifying primer, Savvy Minerals products. Now I've got a couple of these in, which is really good news for my wife. I've got the mattifying primer, and I've also picked up the hydrating primer. Now what's great about these is, as I said, my wife is super happy because she's been hanging out for these to come in. They haven't been available in Australia until just recently. You could get them from the US, but obviously it's fairly expensive to order things in from the States, and the reason why the primer is so good is, even though she's been using Savvy Minerals for quite a while, to keep the makeup in place, to have it stay on your person for a longer period of time, the primer is a really essential part of that routine. So she's been really keen to get those in, and I was going to order them from the States, and so now that they're available in Australia, we're pretty happy. Now this is actually a free item, and this is sulfazyme. Now I use this product myself, and it is absolutely fantastic. I kid you not, I have got arthritis in my hip. It's pretty bad, to the point where 2 years ago I was told I needed a hip replacement, a bit over 2 years ago now actually. And 1 year ago, right before I started my Young Living journey, I was actually in such a bad way that I was tripping and stumbling. My leg wasn't responding properly, and it's because my muscles had tightened up to such a degree, and the pain was so intense that I was barely able to walk around properly. These days I have so much more movement. I'm so much better than I was before. I'm not pain free, but that's one of the reasons why I have the sulfazyme. And what's great about it is I can get off of the anti-inflammatories, which are, are not great for liver and kidneys and so on. You don't want to be on them for longer than you need to. The sulfazyme, if you read it's one of the few products where I can actually directly state that it's for the temporary relief from the pain of osteoarthritis. So that's what it's for. It's not a miracle cure, but boy does it help you get through the day. It contains 3 active ingredients, which is MSM, sulfur, Ningxia wolfberry fruit powder, and copaiba essential oils. And these capsules are a natural source of sulfur for the body, and they also support healthy skin, nails and hair. Incidentally, I swear that I have less grey hair than I did before, but maybe that's just wishful thinking, I'm not sure. But this was a free product, so I'm stoked because I use these anyway, and it represents, about a $50 value. So to get that for free is fantastic. That just means I won't have to order that for a bit longer yet. What else do we have? We have also another free product, and this is Breathe Again. Now, Breathe Again is one of the special roll-ons that Young Living do, and I haven't had this one before, so I'm just going to read you the blurb. It says that, I'll read it directly. It says, walking among the changing leaves to enjoy the sense of autumn is a must. Applying the rejuvenating, clarifying aroma of Breathe Again, make this blend. This blend is made from peppermint, myrtle, copaiba, and 4 different types of eucalyptus, including eucalyptus blue. So the ingredients have the naturally occurring constituent eucalyptol, and you just rub it on your neck or chest before heading out. Now, obviously, with those things, if you think about peppermint and eucalyptus, they are fantastic for opening up the airways. So that's pretty cool. I was very happy to get that in the Breathe Again product. So that's excellent. I've managed to get that for free. All right, what else do we have? Thieves. You know, this is one of my favorite essential oils, and henceforth we are running low. And also, Thieves is fantastic for this time of year. As I said, when you want to boost your immunity, what I like to do with Thieves is rub a drop on the bottom of my feet every day before heading out. It keeps the soles of my feet good. It stops my shoes and socks from stinking at the end of the day. Not only that, the essential oils coming up through the body give you a fantastic immunity boost, and it's just brilliant. It helps keep those, when you're sort of struggling through winter, it helps keep you above the wellness line. This is one of my freebies, so I'm going to show you that one in a little while. What else have we got? Lemon essential oil. So lemon is also, now Thieves and lemon are both included in the starter kit when you get started with Young Living. And if you want to know a bit more about that, I'll leave some links at the bottom of the video. But lemon, fantastic. I have it in the diffuser quite regularly. It's one of those ones, it's an inexpensive oil, purifies the air. It's one of the ones that you can consume with water or add it to your cooking. I do put it in my water, especially in my aluminium water bottle that I take to work, and quite often when I have a drink of water in the start of the day, I like to add a little bit of Dead Sea salt, fill my glass up with water with some either orange or peppermint or lemon essential oil, and it just gives your body a bit of a an immune booster, and it also is excellent for gut health as well. This is a wintergreen, yeah. So wintergreen, amazingly, wintergreen, not an expensive oil. And man, I tell you what, wintergreen, I've only gone through 1 bottle of wintergreen in 12 months, but it is fantastic for the muscles. It's great if you've got sore knees or bad hips, or you're just regular at the gym and you push yourself and you need to give those muscles a bit of recovery. Wintergreen is fantastic. It's one of the base products in Panaway that Young Living do, which people that have used Panaway, they know how fantastic that product is. And one of the main ingredients is wintergreen along with eucalyptus. Can't bang on about it enough. Also a very inexpensive oil. Digize. Now Digize, great product, and I was running low on that. Now, of these 4 oils, these 3, the Digize, the lemon and Thieves, are all part of the starter kit when you first begin, and I've started to run low on all of them. Now, Digize is a mixture of tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass and patchouli, and when you think about those products, especially when you think about tarragon, ginger, lemongrass and fennel, and even peppermint, that they are really good for the gut, and that's what Digize is really there for. Apart from that, it's fantastic in the diffuser. It's one of my favourites. It's got a bit of an earthy smell. My sister's also Sheena. Hi Sheena. It's also, she's a fan of that one as well. So if you like those earthy smells over the sweeter smelling essential oils, then that's one that you would love. But how do you use it? You just rub it on your abdomen, around your stomach area, and it's fantastic. I use it also if I'm going on a trip in the car with the children, with the family, and we're going on a long trip, especially if there's some windy roads. I like to put it in the small orb diffuser, which is this little sucker here. I put it in that and with some water, and that just diffuses in the car, and we found that the kids have been heaps happier in the travels, and we haven't had to stop and touch wood clean up any messes so far. Lavender. You know by now surely this is my favourite. If my two favourite oils, thieves and lavender. Lavender, look, lavender goes with anything in the diffuser. It is brilliant, and on skin, fantastic. It's safe with children. I use it in a rollerball. My son, he's always had pretty bad skin. We used to use cortisone and steroids on him, the creams, prescription level on him every day. And since we've made a few changes, we haven't had to do that. He still has, you've got to say, pretty bad skin. But I have a carrier oil and a bit of lavender in there with a rollerball, and as every now and then when he needs it, I just put a strip or two of the carrier oil and the lavender, rub it in, and it's really good for his skin. Not only that, but he finds it very relaxing. RC. This is another one that comes in the starter kit, so you can see. Oh, and I should say lavender comes in the starter kit too. So if we have a look at the oils here, there's out of, and you know me, I don't actually regularly order that many oils, but I'm starting to run out, and of the 6 oils I've got here, 5 of them are included in your starter kit. And wintergreen is the main ingredient in Panaway, so which is also in the starter kit, so that's pretty cool. It goes to show how well chosen the oils are in the starter kit, that these are the most popular. What is RC? RC, it's basically a blend that contains 3 different types of eucalyptus. Apart from the 3 different types of eucalyptus, it also contains the spruce oil and cypress essential oil. And it says that it's also good, apart from diffusing it in the air to purify the air, it's also obviously fantastic to use, you know, on your muscles and so on. You get that eucalyptol that goes right in there and gets into the muscles. Great muscle support. Fantastic if you want to rub it on your chest or your throat. You know, a bit like the breathe again. It's fantastic for, you know, opening up the sinuses and opening up those airways. Now, it's also good for musty aromas in stuffy places. So I've actually got a friend, I'm going to send her this information. So she lives in Port Hedlam up north, where you've got quite high humidity, and so the place ends up being quite musty. So I think that might be something excellent that she can diffuse to give a bit of, well, make the place not smell quite so bad. And now this is Raven. This is another free essential oil. I'm going to show that one to you in a minute. In fact, there's all that we have left. That's the end of my what's in the bag, what's in the box. I'm pretty sure all these oils, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I have bought some of these. So I've got 6 oils here. I'm just going to show you 2 that I have bought. Valor is one of them. Now this is one of the ones that Young Living run out of quite regularly, which you might think, wow, that's really bad, Young Living running out of essential oils. But when you think about it, if your company always has stock of essential oils, well, you know, A, how is that even possible? Because some oils are very rare. The demand outstrips the supply. You're going to have a shortfall. So either the oils, if your company never ever runs out of rare essential oils, then you have to ask some questions. Is it a synthetic oil? Is it 100%? What's in the bottle? Is it really all therapeutic grade essential oil, or has it been some other oils like carrier oils in there to thin it out? Is the source reputable? Those sorts of things. Has it been diffused to long enough to have those therapeutic grades that should be in essential oils, or are they just, you know, stripping the land, stripping the plant, diffusing quickly just to pump it out, to get it out to the people? And you know, you would smell it and you might not notice the difference, but your body will. Now, Valor is one of those oils, as I said, that's pretty rare. Its main ingredients are black spruce, rosewood, blue tansy and frankincense. All very high-end oils. It's certainly not a cheap oil, although not as expensive as I thought. So I bought that in, and I've actually been hanging out to get that one. And I bought it on the recommendation of some friends of mine when I was in Singapore, attending the symposium this year. And along with helichrysum, which is the most expensive essential oil I have bought at about $145 for 5 ml bottle. Why am I spending that much? Well, I met I think the pronunciation is Boehm, the people that work with the body, and when I was in Singapore, and they recommended giving both of these oils a shot to help support my recovery. You know, they're not making any grandiose promises there, but they recommended the helichrysum and the Valor to help support that recovery there. Now, one of the interesting things I found out about helichrysum, and this goes to show how sometimes companies could be out of stock. And Young Living, look, Young Living have their own partner farm in Croatia where helichrysum is grown. The place is called Split, so in Croatia, and it says, where are we? 78 hectares or 192 acres of helichrysum are grown at the new partner farm in Split, Croatia. And what they've also done is they've got the distillery now on premises, which is great because they don't have to cart it all over the place to try and get the helichrysum distilled. And this is important because the Croatian government have restrictions on when you can with my brain is saying diffuse, distill. The Croatian government has rules on when you can distill helichrysum, and there's only a 55-day window in the whole year where you can do that. So obviously you need to get it done. Now, Young Living, apart from having the farm, they have a distillery that contains 4,000 litre distilleries or extraction chambers. Another one that is a 6,000 litre extraction chamber, 4 1,000 litre extraction chambers, and it brings their entire total up to 26,000 litres of extraction chambers in their distillery. So it's fantastic that they're able to do that. I'll just see if you can see this picture. That's a picture of the distillery in Split, Croatia that Young Living have, and I thought it was pretty impressive. So I'm really keen to give it a go, but it's not one of those ones that I'm going to be handing out to the children to use in the diffuser. Now I've got 4 essential oils, and you know I always like to say this, these were, I can't hold them properly, these were free. So I've got 4 essential oils. I'm just going to do them one at a time. I've got Raven essential oil, free. I have Tangerine essential oil, which was free, and I am very keen to get into that. I have Cinnamon Bark essential oil, free. And I have, you going to start there? Yep. And I have an RC that is free, which I knew I was getting. So why would I buy RC? Well, the reason is that I ran out of RC a long time ago in the kit, but I did get a eucalyptus for free, which is the one, it's the eucalyptus radiator that I've been using for quite a while. We finally run out of that. That was a free oil. So I have basically no eucalyptus here at all. So I knew I was going to get the 5 litre RC for free, but I thought I'd get the 15 mil as well, just to boost up the stocks at home, because it is something, you know, this time of the year we're going to go through a little bit more of. So let's see, if you cap off what I've gotten for free, I've got the Breathe On, the Breathe Again roll-on. I've got the sulfazyme tablets, which are fantastic. I've got my Raven essential oil. I've got my Tangerine essential oil. Was the Digize free? Oh, I said the Digize, I paid for that. Digize was free. I've got the Digize, which is free. And I've got the Cinnamon Bark and the RC for free. So that's awesome. That's total. That's 5 essential oils free, a roll-on, and the sulfazyme, and that equates to almost $300 worth of product free. Didn't pay for it. Didn't pay a cracker. In saying that, this was one of my biggest orders that I have done, and all of it is for our family, but it's all stuff that we are going to use and just needed to top up on. So that's my what's in the box. If you are happy to hang around for a few minutes more, I won't make it as long as some of the other videos. But what I would like to do is just talk about what some of these newer oils are that I haven't spoken about before. Now, what I did want to do was talk about Raven. And Raven's one of the, I love Raven. I still have a little bit of this left, so it was nice to get it for free. It smells great. So Raven's one of those ones where, you know, autumn, winter, it's one of those ones you want to rub it on your chest, get those, open up those airways, you know, put it in your diffuser, rub it on your chest. Really, really, really good. It's a cleansing blend of Raven, which is your Mum always used to rub camphor on me when I was a kid, and I never knew what it was. It's the Ravensara, so that's the camphora, and then it also contains lemon, wintergreen, peppermint, and eucalyptus radiator. So fantastic. Also really good for emotional release and helping keep muscles relaxed. Now the Digize, which was free, I've already spoken about that one. The sulfazyme I've spoken about, which is free. If you have arthritis, get yourself some sulfazyme. I kid you not, I guarantee you it will help you out. The Breathe Again roll-on, excellent, excellent product. Peppermint, myrtle, copaiba, and 4 different types of eucalyptus in that roller, so I'm pretty keen to give that a go. Now, the main ingredient, eucalyptol, I'll just read this. This is from the Blood Bank, which is not Young Living. This is the drug bank. If you just Google drug bank, you'll see that there's a lot of authorities that back it, including the Canadian government, British Columbia, and so on. And I quote, "Eucalyptol is a natural organic compound which is a colorless liquid. It is a cyclic ether and a monoterpenoid. Eucalyptol is an ingredient in many brands of," and it talks about mouthwash and cough congestion and so on, cough suppressant. It controls airway mucus, hyposecretion, and I won't say this next word, starting with A, via anti-inflammatory cytokine inhibition. Eucalyptol is an effective treatment for non-purulent rhinosinusitis. Why can't I say that? Rhinosinusitis. Oh, I'm sorry. Rhinosinusitis. Eucalyptol reduces inflammation and pain when applied topically. It makes another claim there, which I can't say, which is a word starting with L ending in A. Has to do with cells in vitro, so I will let you Google that yourself. Eucalyptol in drug bank. Now the other free one was the tangerine, which was one of these, was it not? No, that's RC. Where are we? Tangerine. This is apparently one of the sweetest smelling citrus oils. It's cold pressed like most of our citrus products. And it says that it can create a happy, contented mindset when diffused. Clears out stuffy rooms. And then it's easy to make a do-it-yourself air freshener. You simply combine the tangerine with some water in a spray bottle. Air freshener. Shake it up. Nice clean scent. Key constituents are limonene, beta-phenendrine, and cis-beta osamine and myrcene or myrcene. I know I'm getting these wrong, but you can Google these yourself. But yeah, that is nice. I'm just going to pop one drop in there and just see what that's like. Actually, oops, got two. So it definitely smells beautiful. So I'm pretty keen to give that a crack. I quite like orange in my water, so we'll see what that's like. And we've already spoken about RC and cinnamon bark. I've actually got a couple of cinnamon barks there. I seem to be getting, I don't know whether they've got excess stock of that, but it's not a cheap oil, but I have 3 of them, so I need to start using it. Yeah, that's nice. That's definitely, that's beautiful. That's a softer flavour than the orange. Fairly similar to orange in some ways, but there is definitely a different flavour and a much softer one. So if you want to get into trying some citrus oils in your water, then might not be a good one. Might not be a bad one to start out with. So anyway, I hope I haven't gone on for too long. That's what's in this month's bag, or as I like to say, what's in the box. Next month it will be another what's in the box. And I already know that next month is going to be entirely free. And that's just from the points that I've got in my account. So I look forward to bringing that to you. Thank you for listening to my show, and I hope you've enjoyed this autumn special and have learnt a few things about some of the products in the Young Living range. See you next time.